had heard that the west coast of Tasmania would be rugged and wild. I often have a deep longing to explore these kinds of places. Ones that are untouched are often full of beauty in all shades. Our days were luckily full of warmth, but the mornings were cool and misty. I found this to be the perfect climate for life on the road. We started our West Coast road trip today, and our first stop is the edge of the world. So this is in Arthur River, and it is the most western part of Tasmania, which means that the next country over is Argentina. From here on out, it's basically just open ocean for miles and miles, which is pretty crazy. Pretty nice afternoon, but the horseflies have been out to get us as soon as we got here. Come down here. Go. She's like, pick me up. Okay, fine. All of this driftwood washes up from the ocean. There's so much of it.
Comes out of the rim out. Moon though. Wow, hey. There's not an ounce of wind out here either.
That moon's crazy. The sunset's so late here at the moment, so the days have just been feeling so long. They feel like 3 days in one because we just do so much. Today was very eventful. I got bit by so many horseflies and ants. Are you thirsty? I can't even remember everything we did today, but a lot has happened. We almost got stuck on the beach. We lost our license plate twice. So I think we're gonna have to drive back tomorrow and find it. I think it's about half an hour back from where we came. We hit this really big bump, but I'm pretty sure we lost it there. But about half an hour before sunset, we just pulled into this small little town. I think it's called Nelson Bay. There's only about 5 houses in this whole area. And we just pulled into the most perfect sunset, and we just had to have a fire down here. We've come back for Stella's license plate, and what do you know?
And it comes back to us.
Oh my goodness.
How many times have we lost this now, Mattea?
I don't even know. The next day we drove along the roads of the Western Wilds. I'm pretty sure the West Coast is better suited for 4-wheel drives, but we figured we'd take our chances. These sometimes end up being some of my favorite adventures. How'd you like the track?
I didn't really like it, but the mountains are nice.
You didn't like it? Stella didn't like it.
Yeah, she's too delicate for those roads.
Look, a fresh bed. Just for you, little monkey. Today was a big day of driving. This morning when we woke up, we had nothing planned. So it was not the day I imagined. I think it took us about 6 hours all up to do the Western Explorer track. It was all dirt road, which was pretty rough on Stella. And in moments like this, makes me wish Jordan and I were a little bit better at planning, because neither of us knew how long the road was going to go for or what we had in store. And I think if we would have planned a little bit better, we maybe would have stayed somewhere. There wasn't that many spots to stay along the track, but it would have been nice to enjoy a sunset and a sunrise there, considering it was such a tough road. Now we're in this little town called Zeehan, I think it is. The buildings are really cute, but there's not too much around here. I just cleaned out the van because Stella is just full of dust and dirt, and we just need to have a little rest now before we find somewhere to sleep for the night. It's great having a bed wherever you want.
Welcome to Jordan's camping cook show.
Jordan's just made us the best eggs. Those look delicious.
We should check it out. I mean, they're gonna taste pretty good.
No, I'm stoked. I'm so hungry.
Yeah, you are hungry, aren't you?
I'll appreciate it.
Okay, good.
The other day we ran into Kendall and Glenn. They've been on the road about the same amount of time as us, and they used to have an 80s Volkswagen. They've just upgraded their whole setup, and they're now traveling in a really cool Land Rover with a pop-top tent. We camped at a lake all together last night, and it was nice just to spend the afternoon around the campfire. Today they've invited us on a little hike to Montezuma Falls. It's about a 10K hike, and it's dog friendly. So we're gonna head there and spend the day swimming in the waterfall.
I don't know why I wasn't here.
I don't know why I'm starving. Hi, Minchie. We made it to the waterfall. We were all pretty excited for a swim, but there's no water at the bottom at all, so I think we'll just hang out here. It's really beautiful here though. Is there anywhere to swim down there?
No. You can wash your face.
I'm good.
You can dip your little toes in if you want.
Yeah, my feet are pretty warm in these.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. So nice. Good boy. No.
Oh, yeah.
Dinner. Did you have a good snooze?
You were sloughing out.
Yeah.
Sloughing out?
Yeah, big stretch.
Oh, you looked me in the eyes and you said it, and your face can say it all, so I know you meant it. And if I lose my way, well, I know where to find you. Well, I know where to find you.
Time for an icy dunk.
Then I looked you in the eyes with a promise, like brighter than the stars. I'll finish what I started. And if you lose your way, you'll know where to find me. In the dark of the night, follow the light.
I've been doing some video editing in the van. So cozy.
Having a fire in summer, it's pretty lucky in Australia. Tassie's like one of the only states you can do it.
Yeah, we've had so many this week. It's been so nice.
Everywhere else is actually a total fire ban on the mainland, so you do this, you feel like you're really relaxed at night. Go to bed really sound.
What do you think, Zena? What? What? It is time to make coffee. The gas ran out. We've just been using these small canisters instead of the big ones so that it doesn't have to float around the van. It's been so handy, it just slots right in to the back of our cupboard here. I had a few complications with our burner. I think we might need a new one because I just switched over the gas and I turned it on and the biggest flame came out of it, which is not cool. It's pretty scary, especially when it's so close to the van. I also picked up a stick that had fallen out of the fire and completely burnt my hand. It hurts so bad and I could tell it's gonna blister quite a bit. In good news though, I found this beautiful log and it's the perfect little holder for my coffee cup. I love those mornings when you're camped up at a beautiful spot and you look out the window and it's just the most magical sunrise. We've been so lucky to get really nice sunny warm days and cooler nights. I think we only had one cloudy day this whole West Coast trip, which is pretty lucky considering I had heard that it was going to be rainy and windy and not the best weather if we were to come over here. I've noticed over the years traveling in Stella just how much the temperature affects my mood, so to have a summer down here in Tassie that's been not too hot, not too cold has been unreal. I honestly think this is the happiest I've ever been while road tripping in the van. Especially in our van because it is a vintage vehicle. Stella turns 50 years old in 2 years. So obviously we don't have aircon or the comforts of normal vans. So when the temperatures reach 30-40 degrees, I just find it pretty uncomfortable. I get super bloated and easily agitated, but here I have just been so happy. Today is sort of the last day of our West Coast trip, and since we went into it having no expectations, I'm pretty happy with how it went. Driving through Queenstown was such an experience in itself. It kind of made me feel like I was back in Canada, driving through the mountains, and even the fact that we've been camping and swimming in so many lakes with fresh water. We're used to having salt water all the time, which is amazing in its own way, but with the lake water, you just dive in and feel so fresh. And considering I haven't had a shower or washed my hair in 2 weeks, that's made a really big difference to our time here on the West Coast. I really don't want this chapter to end, but tomorrow we're heading to an accommodation, which is going to be really nice after a few weeks roughing it on the West Coast here.